students, I am Safia, your science teacher. Today we are going to learn the lesson light, shadows and images. In this lesson, we are going to see how light is important to see any object. Not only that, to form the shadows and as well as for the formation of images, the light is very important. For example, if light is absent, can you see the objects? No, it is impossible to see the objects in the absence of light. Just to imagine, whenever there is a power cut, what will happen? Suddenly there is a power cut in the night time. So, do you think you are able to see any objects present in your room or in your home? No, you can't see. If there is moonlight, if it is falling into your room or in your home through the ventilators or windows, you can see. But if there is nothing, if it is completely black or dark, can you see any objects? No, you can't see any object. You can't even see your own body parts like your hands, fingers, your legs, etc. That means that is very important to see the objects. And to see the object, how we are able to see the objects, how this light is important, how it is related, let us know that. So to see any object, what happens? First light should fall on that object. For example, you can see this chalk holder. So what happens here? First light rays are falling on this chalk holder, and from this chalk holder some rays are coming up. Those rays are falling on my eyes. Because of that only we are able to see I am able to see this chalk holder. For example, here is the object. Okay, this is the object, and here is the source of light. For example, this is the electric bulb here. The source of light, right? So the light rays are falling on this object, like any object it can be. So as the light rays are falling here, from this object, light rays are falling. They are reflecting into our eyes. So these light rays first they are falling on the object, and from the object they are reflecting on our eyes. So because of this only we are able to see this object. For example, if light rays are falling and your eye is present, but if there is any obstruction here, for example, let us see this one. Here is the light, right? Tube light I have, and here is my book. I have this book. So light ray is falling on me. So I am able to see the light easily. But here, if I am putting this object, that is what my book, and obstruction I am putting here. So what happens here? I am unable to see that tube light. For example, let us take this board only. Light rays are falling on the board. So from here, from board, the light rays are falling onto my eyes. So I am able to see what I have written. In the same way, now I am going to put an obstruction between the object and my sight. So what I am going to do? I am going to put this book. So light rays are falling on the book, but through book they can't fall on my eyes. That means I can't see the things what are written here. If there is no obstruction, we can see the objects easily. So light is important, and along with that there should not be any obstruction between the object and between our eyes. Next one, you can see that there are different sources of light. Some are natural, some are artificial. Natural sources of light are, first, the biggest thing is the sunlight. In the daytime we are getting lot of natural light. That is because of sun. That means sunlight is a natural source of light source. And the night time, moonlight, stars, okay, and candle, electric bulb, torch light, and LED bulbs, etc. All these are the sources of light. Some are natural, some are artificial. So sources of light are important to get the light. In the same way, with the help of this light only, shadows will also be forming. For example, we have discussed about 3 types of substances based on the path of light. Like in the lesson materials and things, we have discussed based on the path of light, the materials can be divided into 3 different categories. categories. First one is transparent, second is translucent and the opaque. What is transparent? So light can pass through that object easily. So those objects are called as transparent objects. Light can pass through it but not clearly. That means partial light will be passing through it. Those objects are called as translucent. And the third one, light rays cannot pass through those. So those are called as opaque substances. The biggest example of opaque substance is we, the human body. Even though light is falling on my body, but it is not coming in the front. Okay, you can't see what are the parts present in my body because I am an opaque object. In the same way, if I take a glass of water and if I focus the light on the water, what will happen? You can see the other side of it. Light can pass through the water. That is because water is a transparent object. In the same way, air is also transparent. And let me take oil paper. If I am applying oil on the paper and put it in between our eyes and that torchlight or the source of light, what happens? We can see light is passing through it but not clearly. Complete light cannot pass through it. That is the example of translucent object. In the same way, the shadow is also the shadow is formed in which the light will be obstructed. That means in transparent objects, light will pass through it. That means shadow will not form. Now air is present here, right? So light I am getting here, but there is no shadow of the air because air is transparent. In the same way, me, okay, are you, we are opaque. So when we stand in between the sunlight or if we somewhere wherever the sunlight is present, what happens? Our shadow will be formed. That is because we are opaque substances. And translucent, shadow will be formed but not clearly. So the shadow is formed when the object is opaque, and translucent when the object is translucent, the shadow will be irregular, and when the object is transparent, shadow is not formed. So shadows will be forming, right? We know the materials which form shadow are opaque. They should be opaque, and that means for the formation of shadow, two things we got to know. That is light. Without light, shadows will not form, and without opaque substance, shadows will not form. Only light and only opaque substance is enough for the formation of shadow. No, it is not enough. Then what is the one more thing which is required for the formation of shadow? Let us find out by doing this activity. Actually, I am just assuming it. Just you have to do this activity at your home, then you will understand. Take one book, any notebook, and assume this as your torchlight. Okay, for example, if it is a torchlight, then what you have to do, first of all, take this object. See, book is an opaque substance because it will form a shadow. Light cannot pass through it. So take the book and focus the light on the book. And you stand like this near any wall. Now the distance between your book and the torchlight should be 30 centimeter at least. So it is 30 centimeters away. Now you are going to see whether the shadow of the book is forming or not. Where you will observe the shadow of the book? That is on the wall surface. Right. Now take this book, take this torchlight and keep this book like this. Okay. And focus your torchlight in this way. What is the distance between the book and the torchlight? 30 centimeters. Like this you have to put. And what do you think where the shadow will be formed? On the roof. On the roof of your room. This is when we are in a room. Now same activity you have to do in the open sky, outside in your corridor where there is an open sky. In the night time you do this activity. So in the night time take your book and torchlight and stand in the open area. Okay, and same, put your torchlight 30 centimeters away from your book and you observe where the shadow will be formed. Can you see any shadow in the night sky? No, you can't see the shadow. Why you can't see the shadow in the night sky? Why you are able to see in the room? It is because of screen. See, in two cases, in first two cases we got the screen. What was the screen in the first case? Wall. And in the second case, roof. That means roof and wall are the screen. In the same way, when we have done this activity in the night time, in the open sky, there was no screen. Directly the sky was the screen. So shadow will not form there. That means for the formation of shadow, not only light and opaque substance, but screen is also an important material. If screen is not present, we can't see we can't get the shadow. That means formation of shadow will not take place if screen is absent. Not only screen, if any of the objects like light, screen and opaque substance are not there, the shadow will not form. Okay, if instead of taking opaque substance or translucent, if you take transparent, then also shadow will not form because light will pass through the transparent materials. We know that for the formation of shadow, screen, object and the light is important, or the source of light is important. So in olden days, we have recreated one play, that is what? Shadow puppetry. Shadow puppetry. By using the puppets and a screen will use to put they'll put a screen and some puppets are kept behind the screen. So what happens here? Puppets are opaque and a source of light is provided for that. So light will be falling on the puppets and that shadow of the puppets will be seen on the screen, and then puppets will be moving and they'll be saying, narrating some story of that puppets. So it is called as shadow puppetry. People and the children will enjoy this puppetry a lot. So if you want, you can also do this small activity at your home. So next question, can you identify the objects by seeing the shadow? So I'll put some photographs and you have to find out the shadows. You have to find out the object by seeing their shadow, and let us know whether you can identify the shadow or object by seeing the shadow or not. That is your homework, which I will be giving in the end of the video. Next one, color of the shadow. So do you think, can you see the color of the shadow? Can you identify the color of the object? Do you have seen any colorful shadow? No, obviously not. Yes. What to do then? Let us do an activity. Take one ball, okay, and you and your sibling can do, or your friends, or you and your parents can do this activity. Take one ball, any color ball, okay, and hold it in your hands. Use a source of light and ask your friend to turn the, you have to put that ball behind your friend. So for example, you have your ball and the source of light and the screen is front, and your friend is standing here facing towards the screen. What you have to do? He should not turn back or she should not turn back. Your partner who is doing this activity should not turn back. You are taking one ball or an object which is colorful. Your friend and your partner should not know the color. Okay, take the ball, focus the light on the ball. What will happen? A shadow will be formed on the screen. Ask your partner to say the color of that object. Okay, then same activity your partner will do with you, and find out whether the shadow, the color of the shadow or the color of the, can you find out the color of the shadow. So this is one more activity which you have to do, which is very easy and simple, and answers you have to write in your notebook. And what is the answer for this activity, I will say you in the next session of the video. Next, your worksheet is, why can't we see the objects behind us? Just now I said how we are able to see the objects, how, by, light and etc. that you have to think and write here. Next one, identify the objects by seeing their shadows. So as I said, I will give you a picture, you have to identify the objects by seeing their shadows, and I will say whether those are correct or not. What is the color of a shadow? This is the activity, right? Just now I gave you an activity, you have to perform the activity and say me the color of a shadow.